In Endless Ragnarok, Eo's magic chain build is perhaps the most interesting build out of her three styles, offering significantly different gameplay priorities than her previous builds. Instead of having a majority of her damage coming from long charges, she deals damage by combining her elemental spells to trigger the magic chain effect. Fire and Freeze cause a huge burst of skill damage. Freeze and Lightning apply an attack and defense debuff. And finally, Lightning and Fire puts a burning AoE on the ground that applies a short damage over time effect. Your final skill slot will be either Gravity Well or Flowery 7, up to preference. Gravity Well deals greater overall stun and flows well into the rotation, particularly during link time, but it can be hard to get the full value against mobile bosses. Because the magic chain effect only lasts 6 seconds at a baseline, you will need to make sure not to use your skills carelessly, as using them all off cooldown will effectively waste one of them. As such, it's important to consider what effects you want to proc and when. By default, Fire and Ice is your go-to for consistent damage. Because of how Defense Down converts into additional enhanced damage, it's a priority to get the Lightning and Freeze debuff up. While the Defense Down portion of this has no effect in Overdrive, it can still be useful for party support, as the attack down will still work and may keep your friends alive. The burn from Lightning and Fire can add up to quite a lot of damage, but the AoE is quite small, and the burn wears out quickly when moved out of. It's a high priority to get up during link time or SPA chains when a boss is forced to be immobile. While the burn damage isn't too impressive by default, it bypasses any damage reduction effects on the boss, such as Overdrive and even Bloodthirst. Now that we have a general idea of the priorities, let's talk about the actual rotation. The overall concept is that you always want to weave Stargazes in between skill casts. Specifically, you'll want to weave a lot of Stargaze 3, that's the halfway charge point, as this consumes one orb, making it eligible to proc the Warpath's focused effect, which will make subsequent skill casts top off your orbs. Like Stargaze 1 and 2, Stargaze 3 can also be instantly animation cancelled with any skill, making it extremely seamless and orb-efficient damage to weave in. However, this doesn't mean you ignore Stargaze 5, as you will need to land this to gain Warpath's enhanced damage buff, which is quite substantial. As such, you'll want to alternate between using Stargaze 5 or a couple Stargaze 3s in between skills. This will naturally space out your skills such that you don't have to worry too much about dropping magic chain. During link time, you can rotate between Fire, Freeze, and Lightning, allowing you to trigger all of the associated effects. Before each skill, you can sneak in a cheeky Stargaze 1, instantly cancelling it with a skill. For the Lightning, you can instantly dodge cancel it, and it'll still go off, allowing you to neutralize the jump back from Freeze. If the Lightning Freeze debuff is not needed, or the Fire AoE is already set, you can skip the Lightning part of this rotation, and use Gravity Well, Flowery 7, or just a Stargaze 1 dodge forward during this time, as getting more Fire and Freeze combos is more damage than getting Lightning in there. Here's an example endgame build setup tuned for max damage output with a bit of utility in there. The HP sigils are the lowest priority to keep, so feel free to remove them to add additional utilities or defenses. Celestial Lumen is the second lowest priority, followed by damage cap. When replacing HP sigils here, your replacement sigils should have the orange trait first, so you can benefit from the attack percent from orange sigil's master trait, as this will buff your burn damage. Tyranny is also taken on the weapon to buff your burn further. If you don't want to deal with this HP loss, you can take Guard Payback instead. here are the master traits we'll be running. The TLDR is grab all relevant damage caps and charge time decreases. This 50% AoE thing is actually a 50% increased multiplier and is 100% mandatory. Get generic attack increases to buff your burn, and grab HP or defense wherever you can. On summon stats, skill and normal attack cap are equally valuable. That's it for this quick guide to Eo's Magic Chain build. If you want to get more into the details, check out the text guide in the description. See you next time, bye bye!